Okay, it's the 22nd of June and the training schedule says 3.5 mile swims this week, which would be as if going from Totnes down to kind of opposite Stoke Gabriel there. Now I did do a 3.5 mile last week, but I don't want to overtrain. It's this week that I should be doing kind of 4 lots of 3.5 miles. It's week 4 of training and 11 weeks to go. Yeah, today I'm going to Cawsand and Kingsand, which is a great place to swim if the wind is coming from the west, but it's calm today, but it's just for a change. Right across those 2 bays is 1/4 mile, so it's easy counted if you're doing 2 lots, you know, a return for 1/2 mile. Yeah, there's a real risk to overtraining of injury, but also not being at your peak at the right time. So 3.5 miles. Pleased that I got there last week, but we'll sustain it this week and follow the schedule. Right, well I've bought another one of these pouches, so I've got 2 now. So I think in the dark 10k I'll take 2 around my waist, because I think I can get all the nutrition I need then. I might have to stop at one of the stations for a bit of water, but I might even be able to take all that. I mean, today I'm going to, you know, I'll have a gel at 1 hour and then every half hour. Or a Cliff Bar, you know, one of these peanut kind of flapjack things, depending how I feel, because sometimes I get a bit sick just going on gels, but obviously they take the bars take some kind of chewing, and I'll take a flask in, see if I can get away with 150ml every half hour. I'm well hydrated and I've had my anti-sickness tablets, because I do get a bit sick of them in the water for over a mile really if it's a bit if there's a bit of a swell on it. Okay, here we go. Absolutely fantastic for a swim, isn't it? Well, I'm going to go from these rocks across Cawsand and then across Kingsand Bay in the kind of far distance there. That's 1/4 mile, so back is 1/2 mile, so I can do 7 of them, and that's 3.5 miles. If I get a bit tired at the end of it and I want to stay near a shore or something, then actually from these rocks just to the end of this bay and back is like 1/10 of a mile, so 10 of them or finish, you know, the extra mile if I want to do that. But it's much nicer doing the distance, just get your head down and crack on with it. It's nice to have the boats close to shore. Swimming amongst them is good. Okay, next stop is the end of that beach. Set me watch, try to do like 40 minutes a mile really, max. I've done 32 in the past, but for 35 is kind of average over a couple of miles, but obviously this is longer, we'll see. Great swimming in a new place, new things to see, more things to occupy your mind as well as your stroke. Marvellous. Okay, that's this first length. So we're in Cawsand Bay now. Lovely pub up there, and we'll swim back. And that'll be the first half mile. Oh, okay, first half mile, on to the next one. I have to say, I think there's a bit of a tide coming this way, so it's a bit more difficult going that way than it is that, but not too bad. It's lovely and smooth today. I just had a thought. I was trying to imagine where it would be in the dart swim now. I think coming up to a mile is like either the hole in the wall at Sharpen Marshes or the end of Sharpen Marshes, and then 2 miles is round Sharpen Point, isn't it? So those rocks are kind of middle of Sharpen Marshes, end of Sharpen Marshes, hole in the wall, not sure, but that's where we're going. I must remember to put a knot in the piece of string, so I know how many I've done. So that's I've done 2 returns now, so that's my first mile. There's the Cawsand ferry, comes from Plymouth by the breakwater and Plymouth Sound, so there you can get to Cawsand that way, not just by the road. Yeah, better get to the end of this lap before it pulls out. Oh well, looks like I just made it. It's a foot ferry of course, but it means you'd have to bring your car around if you want to get on that. Lovely trip. Right, well that's 1.5 miles, which would have brought me to kind of Sharpen Estate. Right, so I'll put a knot in my bit of string for the 3rd return, 1.5 miles, and I can have a bit of nutrition now, so I'll have a drink and a gel, I think. Right, I have 5 knots in my piece of string, which means 2.5 miles. So I can have something a bit more substantial than a gel. 2.5 miles, that isn't it? So I've got another mile to go, so another couple of returns. So on the River Dart, where would it be? 2.5 miles. I'd probably be just round Sharpen Point, would I? Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'm going to imagine that. So I'm going to enjoy this and then another couple and we're done. Wind's picking up a little bit, but it's still pretty lovely swimming. Sun's out most of the time as well, keep me warm. I'm enjoying it. To be fair, that's a far better taste of the seawater, I tell you. A lot of chewing. Yeah, a lot of chewing, but feels good in the stomach. Right, so one length and then another return. That's me 3.5 miles for today. Plenty of people enjoying the beach now. Just close my pouch. And off we go. Right, we have 6 knots. That's 3 miles, which I think would have just been bringing us up to Ashbrington Point, I think. And then we come round from Ashbrington Point on the Dart, opposite end of Buchanan Beach, opposite Stoke Gabriel. I think that's me 3.5. So that is just one more return up there and back, and I'm at end of Duncannon. That's me 3.5 miles. Final gel and a slurp of juice with my electrolytes in water, and then we're done. Nice. Great stuff. Another 3.5 miles done on schedule. Training going great. Mind you, the weather ain't half helping. See you again for week 5 coming next.